we talk about obesity management, diet always comes in picture. Crash diets come in picture. Dietary restrictions come in picture. Calorie restrictions come in picture. Then there is a confusion whether there is a water loss, there is a protein loss, there is a carbohydrate loss, or whether there is a fat loss. Whenever we count them over the weighing scale, it is basically the kg or the pound loss. We cannot alter the pathway of starvation. We cannot alter the pathway, I mean to say, which is natural pathway. That will remain same for each and every individual, each and every healthy individual. So whenever we are talking about obesity management, it's a practical approach. Theoretical, a lot can be talked about. But whenever we are talking about practical approach to obesity management, we have to understand few things, few facts. What are the fuel reservoirs in a healthy human being with 70 kg of weight? Glycogen is 70 cells, is almost about 15 kg. So one thing is there, fat is not bad. It is the excess fat which is the problem. So in a 70 kg individual, 15 kg has to be the adipocyte. So what percentage? So what is the fat percentage? It's almost about 20%. But nowadays we are facing so much of problem with our patients, mainly from the glamour industry, from the fashion industry, who are just running behind to have a fat percentage of 8% or 9%. And believe me, the incidence of sudden cardiac death is probably more in these people who are having very less fat percentage compared to people who are having either normal or maybe supranormal fat percentage. So we are starting from very beginning the conclusion. The conclusion is don't target 7%, 8%, 9%, 10% of that body fat thing. Right? So for a healthy individual, it should be almost about 20%. 75 kg man should be almost about 15 kg of fat. And the protein is almost about 6 kg, which gives energy 24,000 kilocalorie. But again, protein is not the primary source of energy for the body. So almost about these many calories are stored in a healthy individual. So one thing is clear, when we have this much amount of calories remaining in our body, we can very well handle starvation. We can very well handle dieting. We can very well handle the calorie restriction. And think some person who is more than 75 kg, who is 80 kg, 90 kg, 100 kg, 150 kg, having almost about 40 kg of fat or 50 kg of fat, they can sustain it for a very long time. Now when we are advising people to go for calorie restriction, lot of complaints they come back with. Whenever you are advising somebody for a dieting or restricting the calorie, what is the first symptom they come back with the next day or the third day? So the first thing is tiredness, weakness, what else? Headache. So headache is something very common symptom with which these people come back after 2 or 3 days. Doctor, I am having a terrible headache. And the concept is very, very clear. If you see, brain consumes glucose. And the daily requirement of brain energy is 400 kilocalories. So how much glucose is required? 120 grams. Brain in a normal situation, brain is like a pampered child, like a boss of the organization. Brain feeds on glucose and will demand 120 grams of glucose every day. So as soon as you start restricting carbohydrate or you start restricting in calories per se, every organ start giving up because heart is full of heart. Heart says that I don't mind it. I am okay with your carbohydrate, I am okay with your fat, I am okay with your protein. Your ketones, your fatty acids, your glucose, I am happy with all of them. Liver also says somewhere the same thing. But brain is very adamant. Brain says that I need glucose. So if you are not providing glucose from outside, what happens is brain tries, it's like an auto-regulation. So the blood flow to brain increases, and the first symptom of increased blood flow or vasodilation in the brain is headache. As soon as the patient is having headache, what we say, you are having hypoglycemia, eat. Patient eats, glucose goes in, brain is happy, bye bye, see you, tata, done. again the same cycle starts. If you say, don't worry, you won't die. But one thing you can do, you can very well check your blood glucose by just doing a random sugar. Should not be less than 80. Wait. Let this auto-regulation settle down. If needed, take a painkiller. Doesn't matter. Just take it for a day. 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. On 5th day, what will happen? Brain will say, now I am not getting 120 grams. At least give me 45 grams. The same brain, which was so adamant of demanding 120 grams from you, is now happy taking 45 grams. And brain will start functioning similarly what it used to function about 7 days back with the 45 gram of glucose supply. And again patient starts feeling much better. But after some time, again you are taking, restrictions are there, and brain feels that I need some more energy, but glucose is not coming. So what brain says that, now dude, do one thing. Give me some ketone also. And brain starts utilizing ketone. Only one thing is there. Even to use ketone, brain needs insulin. You cannot just go to that extent where even insulin level goes down to 0. Other than the problem is what we get in diabetes, type 1, diabetes ketoacidosis. So in 8 days, brain starts utilizing the ketone also, and then diet becomes a bit easier for the patient. What is very well known as the ketotic diet, right? The only thing is, here the urine becomes very frothy. Lot of frothing in the urine because the protein is breaking down now, right? Because some energy has to come, so some gluconeogenesis has to happen. For that, some protein breakdown should happen. And muscle, the most selfish organ of the body is muscle. Muscle is very selfish. Liver is very generous, like Dr. Jashisha told. They will start giving glucose, okay, take it. So glycolysis is happening, and glucose from other sources, from fatty acid also coming, gluconeogenesis is happening. Muscle says that I will not give my glucose to anybody. So muscle glycogen takes care of the own glucose. What it does is, breaks its own glycogen and utilizes for itself. So a dieting person can do the exercise without worrying much. Clear? Now what happens after 8 days? Body starts using ketones. Body cannot afford losing protein for very long. So body goes in a mechanism where from the carbohydrate driven energy pathway, body goes in the fatty acid driven energy pathway. And we all know that fatty acid oxidation gives almost about 17 times more energy than simple glycolysis. We all know that. So, and once that fatty acid pathway starts happening, then the ketones start coming in, definitely with consequences if not taken supervised. A lot of ketosis is very bad. But patient can still afford it for almost about 40 days. 40 days.